your flavor of choice? Well, that's probably what we're doing. All right, welcome everybody to the build here. According to this is +2 threat, +2 multiplier for hand axes, Barbarian Swashbuckler, Vanguard with Buckler to do something with the offhand, 12 fighter, 5 bard, Barbarian, 3 bard. Let's see how good this in fact ends up being. Do it. So, starting out, Dwarven Barbarian, or Dwarven Bard, which is great. Oh, there's notes. Read notes now? There we go. 5P Summer, part of the same, seemed like the ideal combo for gear, but not positive. Not super sold in the artifact ring, but quality accuracy seemed good enough and might be better just wear a winter ring for the MR set bonus. Have room for 6% more dodge before cap. Chainstone, at least 21. Chainstone, 21 con and accuracy. Ooh, man, banking on a good Chainstone? Well, right away, I can already see some fun things like 49 fortitude, 22 reflex, 28 will saves. And you have epic reflexes, but so you don't fail on a 1, but also a 22. Not inspiring. Little light on the life. Epic defensive fighting. With epic defensive fighting, a little light on the life. Little light on the defense. Yeah, so let's take a look at what some stuff is. All right, so to get started, this is a swashbuckling fighter barbarian. So 3 levels of bard for the swashbuckling, grabbing single weapon fighting, shield mastery, improved shield bashing. We got the improved single weapon fighting, the improved shield mastery, the greater shield mastery from fighter. Brand new feat, by the way, very exciting feat. It's kind of cool. Important to note that this gives 10 melee power. This 10 melee power does not stack with the 10 melee power from perfect single weapon fighting, which is kind of weird. It's not a bad feat, it's just kind of weird the way that works. And then the extra physical resistance rating armor class is not too bad for a character like this. But that's all combat mastery. So as a result, basically this feat is giving you 2% double strike and 5 physical resistance rating. Given that it's a fighter bonus feat, it's not too bad. You don't really have anything else to spend your bonus feats on. But yeah, it's honestly not too bad. You take a greater weapon specialization and dodge here on fighter. All of which are interesting ideas. The issue I have with dodge and a lot of these things is that you can't use the heavy armor feats, but there are, in fact, other feats, the tactical feats, which are actually not too bad, as opposed to extra damage. Hard to make the argument. You take tactical mastery here for the +6, and if it's actually not a better place to put it because it's like there's nothing else to take at that level range. I thought that you could take those as non-fighter bonus feats. It was just required fighter, which is yeah. Overall, I can't see too many issues with this actual character build so far. You take a bunch of feats, but that's fine because that's what fighter's good for, as well as all of the hit chance and everything else and the additional little melee power. Epic reflexes, again, probably not going to give you any good results out of here, so I definitely would not recommend taking that. You can take pretty much anything else out of this. Yeah. Because your character just doesn't have the stats as of right now. It might be useful later, so we're gonna leave this for now, and we'll come back to it. We'll revisit. And of course, Scion of Arborea for the extra damage. Grabbing all the strength, you got some con here, so it's not too bad. Take a look at the enhancement tree. So swashbuckling, you need to take 11 points to get skirmisher. That makes sense. You need that. Frenzied Berserker, of course, gets the extra focus wrath for the +2 multiplier, and also the raging blows for the extra melee power, as well as crazy strike for the extra damage. It's a very good way to do this. Plus you got the blood tribute, the extra sprint boost, everything else, and taking the absolute minimum of points in this tree. You don't need strike through. The extra raging while strength just makes sense. This is a really good way to do that. I like the way that you have this tree set up. You've also got extra health taken out of the dwarven tree, which is fine. Seems good. Defensively, you also picked up action boost from Kensai, as well as the extra action boost, which is good. And then out of the Vanguard tree, you're picking up Missile Shield. I don't love follow-up for this character build, just because follow-up doesn't really land very often. It's not too useful. I find you're very rarely going to get this to go off, because you only have 1 stun, which is Stunning Shield. So every 30 seconds, you get 9 additional melee power, which I guess is for 12 seconds. It's kind of like a miniature action boost, but if you're doing that, just take action boost power. It's literally the same thing, but actually better. So that's that. Didn't want to cap the dodge low since there's 10% from Buckler and offhand. You can't wear heavy armor. You are swashbuckling. Swashbuckling requires you to be in light armor. so let's just reset this tree real quick here. So if you are to keep this Vanguard tree, because Vanguard's pretty cool, and you can get some cool stuff. Stunning Shield is an amazing ability. Vicious Shield, these stuff is really good. The extra Fatal Bulwark, again, really good damage. Pick up the Strength, that's powerful. Get the Action Boost power. Grab Shield Comband. Grab Shield Specialization. Grab Missile Shield. You don't need more than one of this. I find you don't get hit by arrows all the time. I usually go with 1 point. 2 seconds, Deflect Arrows is nice, but you probably don't need that many. Picking up extra hit and damage and armor class is probably a little bit better for this type of character. There's that. And now you have the actual melee power, which means your prowess is going to get even better with this, plus this, plus this. Action Boost power when you have haste, because you want to use your action boost literally 100% of the time with prowess. You always want to use them. So unless, like right now you have 9. I didn't look at your epic destinies, but right now you have 9. If you use haste boost 9 times, so basically if you use haste boost in every single combat, you're going to run out with only 9 uses. I didn't look at the items, so we're going to go forward with that. Twist, you're in Dreadnought, so you have the extra action boost. So yeah, you have 100% uptime on action boost, which is what I would recommend for this. Yeah, exactly. So now you have 12 action boosts, but again, action boosts are 20 seconds. At 12 action boosts of 20 seconds, that is 240 seconds or 4 minutes of action boost uptime. There are a lot of quests that are longer than 4 minutes or take more than 4 minutes to get to a shrine, and so you really want that. However, Anvil of Thunder, not so great. It is cool that it gives you a stun on critical hits, which is kind of nice. I've literally never used this ability. Normally I would say, oh, don't bother taking this, but honestly, I've never taken this. I've never seen anyone take it. How about you do it and tell me if it's good? It's a quick respec away, and all you would trade this out for is like nothing. You'd probably take, like, you already took strength everywhere. You probably wouldn't take anything else. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where you would even put this instead of Anvil of Thunder. Probably something dumb like unusual tactics for +2 to the DCs of tactical feats, which again is like not that important, not a big deal. And then of course, make sure you fill up a lot of your things. Grab out of your Fate Singer your Martial Hymn, because Martial Hymn is too good not to use. It's like literally one of the best feats ever. And I'm just going to do the very basic things with the stuff that you're missing. So you are straight up missing out of Fate Singer the Martial Hymn, defensive. You are straight up missing out of Shadow Dancer. You want to have Grim Precision. I know I've been recommending Grim Precision a lot the past little while. The reason why I'm recommending it so much is because Grim Precision very literally is so useful when you don't have a lot of fortification bypass. You get none from your tree as a bard, or like the tree that you took. So right now your fortification bypass is, wait, you have 115? What? Oh, because you have the Summer and the Magmatic Reaver. Wait, Magmatic Reaver gives fort bypass? I knew that. Did I not know that? You have overcap on fort bypass? What? Grim Precision, fort bypass. Oh, you're overcap. You're at 100%. Wow, that's amazing. Take Meld instead, because and then you're a bard, so you take first harmonic. This first harmonic. You might think that you would take the +1W from what you call it, but the her first harmonic chord, if you're actually a bard, is better because it applies to your aura, so it's just passive. Damn, I didn't realize you had that much fortification bypass. That's really impressive. Good bad chance is only 50%. Man, poor Vanguards. Poor Vanguards. Alright. So let's move on to next step, which is the items. I wouldn't recommend any of the other trees, by the way. Vanguard, or like this type of character, works really well with the Dreadnought tree because of the extra crit multi, so it's really, really powerful in that respect. Harley family set and the summer set. One of the extra damage for helpless, maybe, or just the strength bonus. Cloak of Summer plus Belt of the Ram plus Lionheart Ring, because Lionheart Ring is not bad the way that actually ends up fitting together. So those 3 pieces, like this is a really good 3-piece set. I don't love the Dragon Scale boots because at this point you don't need anything on this boots. These boots don't give you any statistics, so I would never recommend using these here given this option. You also have the Radiant Ring of Terra Valestis for the quality accuracy, but I feel like we could probably do better than that. Hammer Fist and this. You've got the Cold Iron Bracers because you get the extra stats. I would definitely swap this item out for something else. Whether it is part of the winter set or not, I don't know. You've then got the Umber Brim for the insightful accuracy, the insightful deception, and quelling strikes, and the profane well-rounded. Again, very good item. And the Change Stone. You said that you want the Change Stone or bypass targets more than. No, it doesn't have. You can have more than 100 for it, but you generally don't. You generally don't need more than 100 fortification. Also, it's important to note that like stuff like the Magnetic Reaver here. Oh, this applies vulnerability. A lot of people will be applying other things than just yourself, even while soloing. It's still probably not going to matter that much. Yeah, Magnetic Reaver, very good weapon, by the way. How would I upgrade this build? Again, it's a lot of like the lack of defensive stats, which makes me scared. There's like not a lot of sheltering in here, which kind of sucks. And the Change Stone, I don't even know what you would need in this Change Stone because you don't even have goggles fit in here. That's a big thing. Helpless damage couldn't hurt. Well, the artifact helpless damage doesn't matter because you already get it from the part of the family set. That's why. It doesn't stack. This is artifact, so it doesn't stack. Same with the fort bypass. How the fort bypass doesn't stack with this stat. So the damage helplessness doesn't work. That's what I'm saying. So what you could do to change up a couple stats here instead is you could grab here instead of the change stone. What's your accuracy item? Rifle armor piercing. Change stone? Oh, dude, there's a way easier way to do this. So the way easier way to do this is instead you grab everyone's favorite ring, the Celestial Ruby, and put whatever you want on it. It doesn't matter. Use Celestial Ruby instead of that, dropping one of the summer set, which is fine, but it gives you the stunning, accuracy, ghostly, whatever. And then you replace the Change Stone with the corroded iron figurine for stunning, insightful sheltering. And so you got the stunning, you got the insightful stunning, insightful sheltering covered here. Then you don't have to worry about the Change Stone. Oh, wait, you wanted 6-piece summer set because the Change Stone is the summer set. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh man. Oh man, the Change Stone being the summer set. I did not remember that that's how that item works. Not programmed in here, unfortunately. Oh man. I forgot about that. That's Ring of Summer's Heat. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how to get more PRR and MRR into this build. Because right now, you don't have like any. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not hating on the Change Stone. I'm trying to figure out how exactly you get more physical and magical resistance rating into this build. Seems like impossible. Probably Moonguard over Hexbreaker. Probably grab Moonguard here to help out a bit. Got the same damage, and it's guard breaking. It's just instead of spell resistance, it gives magical sheltering. Mess up the augments file in the download. Oh, no, I know it's here. Like, you have it programmed. It's not currently active at the moment. That PRR. Oh my god, it's so low. How do you fill that up? Yeah, for sure. And you can't really replace this if you have the Change Stone. And the Radiant Ring of Terribilistus for the quality accuracy. There's something that's better than this ring. Quality accuracy. That's like good for defensive stats, gives you additional stats. The problem is a lot of the things that come on rings are not there. Like there's no sheltering ring, which kind of sucks. It's not sucks. It's like that's good that it's designed that way, that you have to make very specific decisions. I think there's the Ring of Dallas, maybe? No. Ring in here that does that. Fullweed? Accuracy and deadly, insightful deadly. Legendary Hound Buckler? No. This is a really tough one. This is a really tough one. Even like the Blood Sigil ring for the quality combat mastery, quality deception, quality deadly. Again, it's all like, it's kind of the wash whether you need an artifact somewhere. And then, of course, you have to deal with the fact that there's goggles in this build, but like, what goggles do you use? The answer is probably the Tinkerer's goggles, because there's, again, no defensive goggles in the game. You're kind of stuck here. You also don't need Collective Sight for anything, because you have all your stats sorted out, and you don't need Spell Power, you don't need Fear Gaze, so you don't need Negotiators. Precision Lenses are technically an option, but you already get the Action Boost enhancements, so you don't need this. So yeah, you're looking at a Tinkerer's goggle build. There's also Ir Keslin's Shattered Lens, which gives Dex, Dodge, Parrying, and Force Absorption, which is a very weird item, but it's not great. The Changestone is Summer. Can confirm, it's in-game. Get passives, I don't know, 60? Probably. Deception, Enhanced Ghostly, Tharn's Goggles. Yeah, probably the Tinker's lenses, because it's got the, you already have speed, I think. Right? There's already speed in here. Speed? Yeah, there's already speed here, so it doesn't even matter. And you have deception on the, we already have Insightful Deception, so that doesn't even work. And then you have this and this. Insightful, Deadly, Quality Deadly, Deadly, Insightful, Accuracy, Quality, Diversion, Deception. So in theory, this character has Deception and Quality, or Deception and Insightful Deception, as well as all the accuracies for the Magmatic Reaver. Oh, man. Even with the precision, that's amazing. Even with all the strength. Because the problem is this character's got 78 strength. Doesn't get as much strength if you're not doing some of the builds. Also, this character doesn't have Filigree set in. So keep that in mind. Like, if you were using a proper Filigree set, which you would always be using Prowess with this character 100% of the way with strength. You would always have a Prowess, Melee Power, PRR, MRR, Prowess, PRR, Prowess, Prowess, attack and damage. So you'd always have that. And then you would always use the +2 strength, one against many, and you'd do a second +2 strength probably. Probably do one of those. One against many. Melee. You need strike through? No, but you just want the melee power. And you just want the Sucker Punch. Melee power. Sucker Punch! And it probably looks something like this. Whoa. So with all these filigrees in, again, you just trade for people if you don't have these filigrees. A little bit of strength. Still a smaller increase, but still it's not too bad. Your physical resistance rating still is kind of low. I'm not exactly sure how you fix that problem. Oh, this is not including Blitz and Marshal him, which is an extra 40, which actually does have a big impact. So yeah, you'll usually have your Blitz up because your attack speed, because you're capped on double, what's your double strike? 60% right now. You're going to make sure that if you're in Reaper mode using a Reaper double strike, you're also keeping your attack speed as high as possible. Of course, you have crazy attack speed with this character, plus infinite haste boost, which is pretty good. Lots of helplessness damage, which is not too bad. And then melee power sitting at 159. Out of Blitz, in Blitz, 230. So not too bad. Yeah, so this attack bonus number, I don't know where this number is coming from, but you definitely have more attack bonus than this. There's something that is not applying here properly. Attack bonus 20. Oh, and you're also missing accuracy as a stat. Accuracy is just not in. So yeah, your attack bonus would be fine if you had a proper Chainstone, which would be Constitution and Accuracy. I think getting a Constitution and Accuracy Chainstone is probably not that rare. If I had to guess. At least I don't think it would be that rare. But yeah. It's really hard to make adjustments to this gear set the way it is. Other than just swapping out the buckler, of course, to grab some extra magical resistance rating, because it's really powerful. and keeping the guard breaking, because it doesn't. The other weapon doesn't do more damage, and Moon Guard just looks a little bit weird. And of course, you have the Tharn goggles as well, giving you the deception. And the enhanced Ghostly is not too bad because again, it gives you the mischance due to incorporeality. Now let's go back and review, because I did say I'm going to make a couple of changes here. One of the big things, of course, is the feat. So Epic Reflexes, totally worthless and has no value to this character. If you're going to pull in something else, you can't use any of the heavy armor feats. You don't have any charisma, so Force of Personality is totally useless. And honestly, you're never going to get there anyway. So you don't need Blinding Speed because this character already has speed built into it. And your saves are lackluster, to say the least. So, hey, you know what prevents you from dying? Big old T, baby. Yeah, exactly. Big old T. What else is there? Change Stone. Go change. Change Stone can have. So you can get Accuracy, Seeker, and something else. That's all interesting. All right, cool. Yeah, so this looks like probably how I would do it. I hope you enjoyed this review. Hope this helped you out a little bit. Yeah, the main issue with this type of character is that you just kind of like, especially if you're going with the Vanguard tree, is you get some cool abilities, the stunning shield, and you get a little bit extra damage. Plus, you get the offhand attack chance, which is pretty nice. But you do then have to sometimes manage the fact that like you will have a little bit less defense than some other builds that are already existing out there in the game.